Raise the Roof Production.
Well, you'll never know the heartache of looking a grown man in the eye, and he asks, am I gonna make it? And you've got to lie. Well, they call me Doc, but I ain't got no degree. When shit hits the fan, they're calling for me. From bluegrass Kentucky, with red blood on my hands, nobody calls me hero except for my friends. Yeah, they call me Doc.
Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm Rod Doc Walbeck, host of Sick Call with Doc. Today is, for us, is 9/11. Very special day. Very special day. And so we're going to do things a little different today. First and foremost, I have a little video for you guys to watch. Wow, that's so hey, let's get to it. We're gonna do things special today. I'm gonna make some introductions of who's gonna be with us today. First and foremost, the executive producer of Sick Call with Doc, the host of his own podcast, Every Day is a Saturday, United States Marine Corps combat veteran, Brian Devil Dog Roof.
And what's going on?
Am I the only guy that calls you Devil Dog?
No, I've been called
Okay.
Devil Dog several times in my life.
Well, I
Kidding me?
meant like steadily from the same person.
No, but I love it. You know, yeah. Because I'm a Devil Dog for life.
Yeah, there's something special between corpsmen and Marines, huh?
Oh, always. Absolutely.
What a special day today, because we made a promise to everybody that we would bring way more to Sick Call than where we were at in the first few seasons. And today is an example of us trying to bring as much different things, unique things to help our brothers and sisters. And today's one of those days. I'm not going to go into a big introduction for this young lady. I met her through my daughter, who thought she and my daughter helped make the connection, and we talked. What an amazing story. What an amazing person. A civilian. What? Caregiver. I'd like to welcome to the show, I'm honored, Melynie Hazlett. Hazlett? I always mess it up.
You listen, you did better than most, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm Melynie Hazlett. I used to be, a caregiver, just like you said, a caregiver, CNA, a home health aide, but I unfortunately got sick. So I can only identify myself as an artist and a writer now, but I'm very flattered to be here. I feel honored, and I just want to take a moment to tell you how fucking special you are, that you are speaking up for people that don't have the means to speak up for themselves, and that alone, the regardless of any other thing you've done in your life, that alone makes you truly special. And I just wanted to tell you that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. If it wasn't for Brian and Joe, Misfit Glenn, and the entire veteran community that know me, I wouldn't be here today. So I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And so thank you for that. I appreciate that. So
We're all
before we
blessed,
started
man. We're all
today's, pardon?
I said we're all blessed.
Yeah. So before we get started with your story, because today is about you, I'd like to touch base on 9/11. And the first thing I'll say, I'll let you guys talk first. But the first thing I want to say about 9/11, I've said it once, and I said it I said 1,000 times if I said it once. I'm 60 years old. It's a lot of days on this planet. And my favorite fucking day was 9/12. Because by dinner time on that day, you could not buy a flag anywhere in any store in this country.
The most united probably the country's been in a long time.
We're so far from that today. I'm beyond myself. So I'm going to let Brian, if you'd like to go first, Melynie, your thoughts on 9/11, and then we'll get into some current events all after this. But that's my 9/12. Why can't we be like that every day? Back in the 40s and 50s and during the World War I and World War II, it was that way for our grandparents every day. It was 9/12 every day in this country back then. And now it's I don't even recognize what the fuck's going on anymore. But guess what? I can only control what I can control. And what I can control is me. I can control what I do. I can control my house and how I handle my business and how I handle my family. I can't control what's going on out there. I can be there for my fellow brothers and sisters. I'm going to do this till the day I die. And no one's going to stop me. And no one's going to stop my voice. So anyway, go ahead. I'm getting too far. Brian, tell us what you think, Devil Dog. It's going to be fun.
Okay, so first and foremost, I would like to give my condolences to the family members who lost someone that day. It affected the world. It affected the U.S. like no other. Like Doc said, it brought us together. I put politics aside. Everybody was concerned about the loss of life. Somewhere along the way in these past 24 years, we've lost that, and we've gone so far from where that unity was, and we are more divided than ever. That was a big punch in the gut for every single one of us. It changed my trajectory while I was in the United States Marine Corps. I joined in the year 2000, peacetime, and so it changed my trajectory as well as everybody else serving at that moment in time.
I didn't remember that about your story, Brian. Sorry about that.
It went from training to reality, right? Everything was real, and to the point where there was loss of American life again in a foreign country. And just this week, there's still more carnage going on. Loss of life. We're not learning. We cannot learn.
We don't value it anymore.
From the beginning of time, if you're a believer and you believe in Christ and all that, Jesus was crucified for his beliefs, and now all of his disciples as well. Anybody that followed him and believed the same thing. But we should be far better than that by now. People cannot speak their mind without wanting to take someone else's life because they don't agree with it, or it's not to their liking. And we can't be like that. We are way more civilized than that. And we're losing all hope in humanity when we have brothers and sisters killing each other on our own soil, and not only just killing each other, but cheering on the lost life. What's going on? So I don't want to make this into a big thing, but I do, 9/11 was near and dear to me, and it's just crazy all the things that are going on right around that same date that happened 24 years ago. And I just want to put it out there. I hope everybody gets tired. I hope everybody starts getting fed up. I hope people start waking up and realize we need to take this country back. We've lost it. We're all feared. No one wants to say anything anymore, because if you do, you get canceled. You're being told not to say things because people won't watch you, or they don't believe, whatever. At this level of time, there's got to be a level of reality, and stop fluffing things up. And we just got to be black and white and remove some of the gray areas. And don't be afraid to speak up, folks. But I don't want to make this about anything other than the loss of life, not only from that day, but from that day that created many more lives lost afterwards. Okay, so God bless all the families and all the people in America that was impacted by this as well.
Absolutely. Melynie, I learned that you have a lot of opinions the other day we talked on the phone. Let it rip, girl.
Well, I guess I'll start with that 9/11 because I was impacted in a different way than you guys. I was not a part of the military. I was a child. I was in school. I was at lunch when the announcement came over. And it's funny too, because I remember the exact words of the girl sitting next to me, and she looked at me and she said, do you have somebody there? And I said, why are you asking me that? And she said, because you look really like upset. And to be truthfully honest, I was scared because I wasn't understanding what was going on and everything that followed. It's exactly like Brian said. It wound up being a punch to the gut for the entire nation. And as a kid, I should have never seen that second plane crash on live time. On TV. There was no pause, no censorship. When there were people jumping out of the windows because there was no way to get the fuck out. And when they realized that, they were zooming in. They were going, what is that? What is that? Oh my God, it's a person. That will never leave my fucking mind. And I don't know one person, my generation or older, that still cannot recall that day like to a T, crystal clear, exactly how it happened for them, exactly what they were doing. It's the 9/11, man. The only thing I can think of that's come close to as big of a punch to the gut is what just happened to Charlie Kirk. That's the only thing where I'm seeing some people go, holy shit, and feeling the wave of it through. That doesn't even touch base on the disgusting parts of humanity that are not having that same reaction. What happened with Charlie Kirk will stick in my mind the same way that 9/11 did forever. What was I doing when I found out? I already know.
I've heard from hundreds of people about that day, 9/11, and and I've heard the same thing in big conversations. I pick out this one little thing everybody keeps saying, and that is they heard about the first tower and they seen the second tower. It's almost as if it was timed, because it's going to take about 15 minutes or so. Well, I don't remember how long it was between the two planes, and forgive me to the families that I don't know that, but it seemed it was just enough time to get and go to the TV.
The timing was impeccable.
Because they said I turned the TV and boom, second tower.
Because, and I never even really put it in perspective, right? Because at that time I'm a young 20-year-old person, and I'm not thinking, holy crap, the image that our youth had seen in watching a building burning, and then there was literally many camera angles of humans jumping out, and then we watched the collapse on TV as well. And I mean, and you can't stop but think of how many folks were in there as that building's just sitting there crumbling. right? And we watched two of them crumble on TV. You know, we didn't just watch them burning. We didn't just watch the planes crash into them. We didn't just watch people jumping out of buildings. We watched the total carnage of those buildings completely collapsing. And so, you know, you're not the only person, actually, Melynie. I have a co-host on my coffee talk, and she was, you know, young as well. And it's the same thing. Everybody was questioning, why is this happening to us? And I mean, as a little kid, you could only imagine what the little kids were thinking at that time. I mean, how our brains work when we're little.
Me was going, we're going to war. We're going to war. This is war. As a kid, I'm picturing, oh my God, I'm going to go outside and there's going to be bombs and guns and this or whatever. You know, it was traumatic for the entire nation in different ways for everybody. It really was. It really was. But it did leave us with a sense of feeling united. We all stood together. We all grieved together.
9/12 was an amazing day in our country.
It definitely brought the country together for a good period of time.
Couldn't buy a flag within 24 hours.
And then it didn't take, you know, nothing but maybe a month or two later, then they started politicizing it all. And then, you know, that's what we tend to do. We tend to take a tragedy and turn it into a political opportunity. And then it really destroys what happened, and it takes away from the people who lost their life, because now their life is being politicized. Just like veterans, we're politicized. You know what I mean? We serve, then we get out, and then we become a talk in politics. We become an issue on the House. All these things, you know. So
on 9/12, I literally saw neighbors, two different colors, two different religions, hugging on the sidewalk by the street.
Because, man, you know what? The amount of people that were affected by the loss of life in there, right? Because there wasn't just white people in there. There wasn't just black people in there. There wasn't just Hispanics. There was almost every single race inside those trade centers. Those, you know, and we're just talking about the trade centers. Did you guys know the Pentagon got hit? There's also there's also another plane that never made it to its destination. The passengers took over. Courageous passengers took over the flight and crashed that bitch into the land and did save a lot of lives. They lost lives, and that's something we cannot let be unsaid either. There was heroes that fucking day that stood up and were courageous and didn't allow for it to go down. And that's those people right there need to be we need to talk about them as well.
There's actually a veteran. I feel ashamed of myself that I'm not properly prepared for this in the way that I can. It's cognitive, guys. I'm sorry. But there is actually a veteran. Oh my God, I had to connect him through one of my MS people, but he has started a separate program, and it's still going on. It's still successful. That helps families that were affected by 9/11. I know there's a million other programs out there. I just wanted to mention that because this one was done by a vet.
Mm.
Yeah. I had something, I lost it.
Yeah, it definitely hit the country like no other. You know, I mean, I guess, you know, the country really hadn't felt like an attack like that since Pearl Harbor. And that still wasn't necessarily here on the mainland, but that was the closest to the U.S. we ever felt some kind of attack. And that obviously wasn't in our lifetime, but this
still
is
U.S. though, still U.S., not the mainland, but still U.S.
No,
property.
absolutely. And that right there was a eye-awakening, you know, event for America, and quickly figured, wow, we can quickly become the target. You know what I mean? We're not excused.
Here's the truth. When this country, we can talk about, we killed a bunch of Indians and took over. I'm not getting into that. My thought is this. When this country was founded as a country, they had the opportunity to make it whatever they wanted it to be. And that hasn't changed to this day. We have a big enough military. We just sit back right now as a country and make this whatever we want it to be. And why we want it to be this.
Let me ask you guys a quick question real quick, and then I'm going to bounce out. Melynie, Rod, did either one of you choose where you were born?
Pardon me?
Did any of you choose where you were born?
No.
No, I did not choose where I was
Every
born.
one of us were born into the world without a choice of where you're born into. So why the fuck do we as humans get to dictate who lives and who dies and whose land is it and who, I mean, it really at the end of the day, it's rights to every single one of us. We were born into this world not by choice, but by miracle, by reason, whatever it may be. We're here, but that wasn't our choosing. We didn't choose to be our color. We didn't choose to be where we were born. At the end of the day, we're all humans.
Brian, I feel compelled to say this. The past 6-7 months, when I make videos and stuff and I review them, I notice that I'm saying a lot of the same thing. I thought that I was an American. I don't understand why this is happening to me. I live in America. Why is this happening to me? I'm an American. This isn't right. Yeah, it's.
It doesn't feel like the country that we grew up in.
It doesn't feel like the country that I was proud to be from. That I felt that I had. Not that I was better than anyone or anything else like that, but like I'm a fucking American, and we fought to be the way that we are, and we worked hard to fucking get there, and I'm so goddamn proud. And now
Arlington's full of it.
Now I'm confused. Now I'm confused about what's going on. The way the people are behaving, the division amongst everybody. I'm so confused now. When I say I'm proud to be an American, it almost doesn't feel right coming out of my mouth now, and that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I've been learning some ugly things lately just myself, but this is the time now that everybody's got to start standing up and shed the fear. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys.
We can do better than this, man.
Yep, we can. And you know what? For everybody out there, hey, let's continue to try to make this a better place. Let's help each other out, not throw rocks at each other and shit. So, all right, I'm gonna let you guys get on with the show.
Hey, brother. Miss Melynie.
First off, Mr. Rodney, why are you gatekeeping on Brian? He's so cool. Like, you couldn't introduce me to him before?
Sweetheart, listen. Brian can come on every single second of every single episode, every single time. I think out of respect, he wants me to do my show. And out of respect, I would love him to join me as much as he ever wants. So, yeah. Hey, so let's get into you, because it's we're 23 minutes in, and your story is important. And the reason it is important, because I want our brothers and sisters to know that there are still people out there that never served, that have reason, good purpose and reason why they love and help veterans. And that is everything I learned about you yesterday. I am so thankful there's people like you still out there. You give me hope for y'all's generation. You give me fucking hope. It might be fleeting, but I get a little bit of hope when I meet people like you.
It's mutual. It's mutual, Rod. It really is, because you're giving me hope that the fight has not died. The fight has not died. The fighters are still fighting. They're still trying. And that in and of itself is fucking astonishing, because it's not just you, it's your brothers, it's your sisters, but your voices are being squashed by a country that you gave pieces of yourself away for. And the fact that you are, all of you are suffering in one way or another, but you still are fighting for what it's not supposed to be this way, That to me is just crazy. It's crazy, and it makes me think that there is hope. There is hope that maybe it can get back on track to the way that it's supposed to be, and that some suffering of people that don't deserve it will be relieved. So yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for you. I'll do anything I can. I'm absolutely going to share your videos, your podcasts, not just the one that I'm on. But yeah, it's an honor. It's an honor, not just to meet you, but to be up here.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. I want to thank you. And here's what I want to thank you for. This is for every single American who's lost their life in defense of this country and what they believed in, even if it was based on our lives. The fact is that's what they went and did. They gave their life for this country. And I just want to thank you for living your life and being who you are in such that way that you honor their sacrifice and are worthy of their sacrifice. You live your life that way, and people are going to find it out by listening to you. Thank you for living your life in a way that respects and honors their service. Okay. Who the fuck is Melynie? Let's talk. So,
all right. Well,
this is your day. You start where you want to start. You end where you want to end. It's your day to reach out and grab a veteran by the shirt and say, hey, you. So, go.
I'm looking at your picture right now, and I'm really upset. I got a Navy vet that's not here with us anymore, who gave me a U.S. Navy hat that looks just like yours, and I really wish I would have wore it for this podcast. I think I gave it to my son, though, because he wants to be a CV, and, I passed on that hat to him. But yeah, I'm Melynie. I am going to predecess this by saying it's likely that I will possibly get emotional. Veterans hold a really special place in my heart, and particularly the only one that's my buddy that's alive is really suffering right now. So he's just right there in the forefront of my mind, and I might get a little bit emotional. But I used to be, once upon a time before I got sick, I used to be a companion, a caregiver, a home health aide, and a CNA, and I primarily worked for companies with VA contracts. I can't identify as that anymore. Yeah, I'm an artist and a writer. I still got to hold on to those things, and I'm just asking for anyone that is listening in, just to have a little bit of compassion and understanding that I have something called multiple sclerosis, and I'm still in recovery from a relapse from this year that has not only changed my life in many ways, but it has left me partially disabled. And it affects my cognitive abilities, and you might see that through this podcast possibly. I have a special little outline here. I promise they're all my words. They're from my heart. I just sometimes need things directly in front of me to stay on track. So that's all I'm asking. Just please bear with me if I lose my train of thought. I promise you I am deeply committed to sharing my experiences despite these challenges, okay?
Yeah. You're an overthinker, though. No one's asked me as many questions about being prepared for this than you, girl.
Okay, well, that also, I
slow your roll, Jesus, it's just a podcast.
I should mention, I don't just have multiple sclerosis. I also have major depressive disorder, social anxiety, general anxiety, PTSD, and obsessive compulsive disorder. A lot of vets can probably relate to.
That last one surprises me not.
Yeah, I don't know about the OCD, but the OCD is what you were seeing with all those questions. Like, everything's got to be perfect for me. It's just and unfortunately, not that many people care, even though I paid into our system, into our program for disability. I am fighting. My country has failed me, man.
What was that?
Fighting. I said my country has failed me.
Okay, I think.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. It's my ears, not your mic.
But yeah, that I was just saying, my country's failed me, and I just been fighting unrelentlessly for programs and resources I don't qualify for. I should be medicated so that my OCD is under control, my depression, my anxiety, my PTSD, everything. but I can't pay for my meds, and government doesn't want to help me. So just bear with me is all I'm asking. Just bear with me.
We'll give you grace. Today we need grace anyway. We need grace every day, but especially right this moment with all this shit. We need to give and receive grace. So,
All right.
so
So
let's go ahead.
Do you want to know about my connection to veterans and why I love them so much?
Well, I want you to tell us about. I mean, we could go into childhood, but guess what? Childhood, it all sucked for all of us. We all know that already. So, you know what I mean? Like, so what got you going into healthcare? And then how did that translate into veterans and fall in love with working with veterans? There you go.
There you go. Perfect. You paved the way, my friend. So I went into healthcare through a friend that was a nurse that said, hey, this pays a little bit better. Why don't you try this? And I did, and I liked it, and I stuck with it for a while. I stepped out for a long time because there were other things that paid better, like factories, getting the manual labor jobs. And then I got sick, and I had to step back into healthcare because it can be a little bit easier. I particularly fell in love with companies that had contracts with the VA and veterans because I myself, had hoped that I would one day have that title. I went through MEPS and everything like that, and unfortunately, I did not make it for many reasons. But I love what veterans do. I have a deep appreciation for it. And I was raised to be proud of my country. I was raised to respect people that gave away pieces of themselves for this country, and that always stuck with me, and it never left. It never left.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. So what do you want to touch base on next?
What's that?
What do you want to touch base on next? Because I got a whole list of things here we could talk about.
You said that you started going into home health or certified nursing assistant. What was it? How did you start getting that caregiver feel? Because you're a caregiver, girl. I don't care what anybody says. And when I saw Doc out of his ship being Doc, I go, I want to do that. I want to help people. And it was just boom. So how did that happen? And then how did it get to the veterans?
So it's all a pay scale, unfortunately, because of the services that vets need to utilize, like VA programs, they don't always pay out the caregiver very well. The company that gets the voucher, the payment, whatever from VA, and then what the company decides to pay the caregiver is not so much. However, if you have higher titles, of course, that comes with a couple extra dollars. If you bump up from companion to caregiver to CNA, or caregiver to home health aide to CNA to RN and forward, you're going to get paid more money regardless of what the company deems they want to share with you. So I started that. I did not go as far as CNA for veterans. I went pediatric CNA to get away from veterans. I had my guy that I had a thing with, and a suicide attempt, really fucked me up. It really fucked me up. And I thought to myself, I can't do this anymore. Like I literally cannot do this anymore. I can't sit by and watch them suffer. I can't sit by and watch them not get what they're supposed to get. And I thought maybe if I switched to kids, then maybe I wouldn't have to see so much suffering. That was not the fucking case.
True.
It was actually fucking worse. It was like the worst idea or thing I've ever done in my fucking life. The money didn't matter. It paid twice what I was doing. I'm telling you, the money didn't matter. I couldn't see that shit. I had to leave. And I went right back to my vets. And the thing is, yeah, there's more money if you're a CNA, but where's the time? Where is the social bonding? The veterans that cannot leave their house, that all of their friends have died, their comrades, they're gone, man. They're gone. And the most interaction that they can get sometimes is the people that come in and out and take care of them. when you have a higher title, it also means you spend less time. And you know, do I need money? I need money more than anybody I fucking know, to be honest. Always have. It's what changed my life. But I love veterans. I love the stories. I love to be there for them. I love to hold their hands when no one else can. I love to pick them up when they've literally fallen, literally help them get off the ground, even if I'm not fucking strong enough, even if I hurt myself trying to do it. I love
You
it so much,
mentioned
I'll take the lower pay.
yeah, you mentioned when we talked that you had a veteran that you really cared for, and he could only, the VA or whatever, his insurances or whatever, only allow for so much time in a day for to have him have care to be paid for. But you knew he needed to have round the clock care, and it turned into a shit show for you because you knew what he needed and you couldn't give it to him, and you knew he was going to suffer for that. And then you had to back out because it was getting too hairy. And then you were left to not know, over insurance
Yeah,
and shit. A
yeah.
veteran.
It's happened to more veterans than I could probably even pull from my brain of the hundreds I had cared for or helped. It's many times you're only approved for a certain amount of hours or a certain amount, maybe even just a certain amount per week, and you have to divide it up and pick and choose what days you want to apply those hours to. Well, if you're somebody that doesn't have family, doesn't have social connections, doesn't have somebody that can fill in those gaps of that coverage, you might be sitting in your own shit for 12 hours until the next day. You might have fallen off the bed and you're on the floor stuck in a painful position for another 8 hours till someone shows up. So I just happen to be one of those people that money does not matter to me. And absolutely, we're not supposed to share our personal phone numbers, but I'm here to tell you I do all the time. Here's my number. You call me. I will come. You don't need to pay me. You don't need to give me anything. I will come. I will help you. And I have, and I still would be if I wasn't in the state that I'm in. So now I just kind of have to learn to help a different way, which is what I'm hoping to be doing right now. So
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there? So there was a one gentleman veteran, and wasn't there also a couple?
yep. The couple, actually, it's so hard because like I can't violate like HIPAA rights and give away too much
Right.
information. So even if I'm not speaking on their medical stuff, I mean, does it really matter if anybody sues me right now? I don't got
Well,
nothing.
I guess
But
my point to asking you that question was because you really do get a bond with your veteran patients. They tell
and
you
that's my fault.
stories. They keep
That's
you.
my
Well,
fault.
they tell you. No, we're old. We tell stories,
Yeah,
and
but
you're
the thing
stuck
is,
listening because you're there. Yeah.
Rod, though, as a professional, I know better. We're not supposed to make those kinds of bonds. You're not supposed to be, and there's, it's not just for the companies and stuff like that. It's also for the patient or the client, because there's no promise that, you know, a job title might change or somebody might move or leave, and that can emotionally impact the person that you were taking care of too. And it's absolutely emotionally impacted me in ways that has left scars on my heart, you know, because I chose the lower pay. I chose the lower pay title. I did it because I wanted more time. You know, maybe you weren't approved for a CNA, but you were approved for a caregiver for 8 hours, you know, and
So you would just use
I
bullshit
wanted to
certificates
help.
to do it. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Wow.
so
You have MS.
I do.
So you have all the medical problems. So you're struggling with that and trying to survive. Um,
I am.
yeah.
I am. I
So
actually, received the most fucked up news yesterday. That like, guess what? I got insurance, but I'm not allowed to use it. I signed up for a program. To be honest, I think it might be some, and nobody can quote me on this because I honestly don't know. I just have a brain of logic and I try to figure it out. I think it's from Obamacare that caused this problem for me. Um, because I can't cancel my health insurance, even though I no longer qualify for the subsidy because the government doesn't want me to have it. So now I have health insurance that I can't use to see the doctors or to buy my meds, but I'm locked into it because you can't cancel or drop it until you have another insurance, an insurance I can't get. So I am having just medical debt just accruing. $700 every month. I'm over $2,000 at this point. Um, on my Independence Blue Cross, that they won't do nothing about it because I'm locked in. It's messed up, man. It's messed up.
So you where you live, you guys don't say where. I'm just saying, you have to do Obamacare. You just can't do straight Medicaid. You're not eligible.
I don't even know, to be honest. I don't know shit about Obamacare. I'm just saying I think that's part of the reason why I'm stuck acquiring this debt for this health insurance. I think they meant for it to protect Americans. Like, hey, if someone's sick, you can't just cancel your insurance if they don't have something lined up. But the problem is I've fallen through the cracks of all programs and things like that. So I literally can't get anything else set up. So now I'm stuck with this insurance that they won't let me cancel. I'm not allowed to use it because I can't pay for it, but I'm acquiring the bill endlessly. And it's messed up. It's just
I got an answer for you. You're at zero right now. You have no answers right now, right? So if you're at zero, use your knowledge on being able to send an email to your congressperson every single hour. It just goes a new one, just another letter saying, I need help. I need help every day. I need help.
I got bad news for you.
What?
I got bad news for you.
You
All
already
of
pissed off the
those
congressperson?
people, all of those people, anybody that has a job title that's above a grocery store manager, they all now have their emails filtered by AI. So anything that's repetitive goes to the trash. They never even see it. They never even see it. A computer program takes it away. It monitors what's in your email. If there's anything in there that they might not be interested in, like for example, a plea for help, that can go directly in the trash. So really, it's just honestly a big fucking waste of time. I can't tell you how many voicemails I've left, and I don't get calls back, and I don't drive, so I can't go knock on the door. I've called them. I've left voicemails. My boyfriend's called them. They've left voicemails. More than one, more than three. People don't care about the people that are sick and suffering in this country. If it doesn't pay off to listen, like if it doesn't pay off, they're not interested. They're not interested. They want to look the other way.
It's your problem. It's not mine. Until it's mine, I don't give a shit. When it is mine, I'm going to care, but right. I hear you.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about MS. You met through my daughter Ashley. She's been on the show. Thank bless her heart for doing that. You met in her TikTok, I think. You can correct me.
I seen her. Yeah, I found her in one of the lives. I didn't know this shit existed. Like straight up, I was not a technology person. I know I'm younger. I'm only 36 years old, but really, I was somebody that grew up a very adamant reader and writer. As an adult, I restore antique portable typewriters from the 20s, 40s, and I wrote on those. I saw that technology was emerging. They had things like ebooks. I didn't want to buy them. I thought it was going to shut down bookstores. And if anyone wants to open their eyes, that has happened actually. But I didn't have a choice when I got sick like this. If I wanted to do some of the things I did, I needed technology to make it a little easier. Somebody suggested TikTok just to share my story. And through that, I found this hidden community. And I say it's hidden because there is an algorithm that suppresses how the videos are seen. But it's a wide community of multiple sclerosis, chronically ill, even vets, man. It's just you got to dig for it to find it because they don't advertise that shit. They advertise fucking Taylor Swift and shit. But anyways, I found Ash because I jumped in somebody's live and I was like, wow, all these people have MS. You know that when there's a little orange heart, that means they have MS. And I seen Ash talking and I was just like, this is my kind of bitch. Like, I gotta be friends with her, you know? Like, tap,
I
tap,
said the
tap,
same
you know?
thing.
So yeah, that's how I met your daughter, and man, she's just cool. She's cool. I like what she has to say. She's real, you know. Not everybody that has MS wants to talk about it or how it affects them or what they're going through. Ash is just upfront and honest. If she don't want to talk about it, she'll tell you straight to your face. She won't bullshit around it. But if she does want to talk to you about it, she's open. She's not gonna make it sound less ugly than it is, which a lot of people tend to do. They try to not.
She has become everything I ever thought she should be.
Strong.
Yeah, she's
strong girl. Brave. Yeah. Brave as fuck.
Yeah, she was having a hard time with her MS. She was using alcohol to lessen the pain, get through it, which just created its own humongous pile of problems. She was at and talked about it. And then
you should have seen me. I wish you could have heard. I wish you could have been a fly on the wall at dinner last night. Because I was crying. You know, we were having pizza. We don't really have money for stuff like that, but we were having pizza. It's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be a nice meal. I cried through the entire thing. And not only did I cry through the entire thing, I sat there and I looked at my boyfriend and I said, I think I misjudged people. I think I misjudged my dad, he's a recovering alcoholic. I think I misjudged people because look how hard I fought. Look how many hoops I've jumped through. And now here we are, because last night was my last night of medication and I had it, and here we are. And I'm absolutely terrified of the amount of pain that I'm going to be in or what's going to happen to me when I miss my infusion in the next 60 days that's coming up. And I'm looking and I'm thinking to myself, well, some of these drugs I'm on, you can't buy them on the street. This is not like people selling Oxy or something. You can't get these things. But I'm thinking to myself, what if these people were just like me? They were just like me, and they were just in fucking pain, and they couldn't be approved for anything. They couldn't get anything. So you know what? They went on the street and they got something to help them not suffer, and then they got stuck on it. And then here I am on the back end going, my God, fucking junkies, you know, fucking drunks, you know. And here, like, really, I just didn't have a deeper understanding of what could potentially push. And don't get me wrong, there are people that do just go out and do those things, you know, because that's the life they chose. But what if a big chunk of those people were just like me, didn't have access to things in a country that they should have, and then did whatever they could to try and have a better quality of life and not suffer?
No choice but to do it.
Yeah. You know, so it's rough. All of it's rough.
We gotta get you some edibles.
I wish I could take. I can't handle them. I do
really CBD.
Yeah, my digestive is all fucked up.
Okay.
It was before, but now it's worse because of the lesion. I'm not having signals right, so nothing hits me in the way that it should because of like absorption in my intestines and my stomach and all that. But I do tinctures. That used to help. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking love to smoke weed, man. If that's an option until my lungs give out, like I know in our country, I mean, we have medical marijuana, but you're not allowed to smoke it. You're not. You're just not. It's a rule.
You just reminded me of Mike Epps, the comedian. In concert, he said, my psychiatrist asked me one time, oh, why do I do cocaine? He says, and I told her, I love the smell. You know, love the taste of, I love the taste of beer, you know. I hear you. We're all human. We're all human. The problem is right now in this, look, you got to remember something. I'm from the, ready? Carry Pong. You know, that was my first introduction to technology. I was like 12, you know, then all of a sudden asteroids came out. So they like what's going on around us in this world, it's unrecognizable to me anymore. I mean, like there's nothing resembling my being raised, nothing. And so for us old people, it's almost like, what am I living in?
Well, it's confusing as a civilian as well, because you don't want to like lose your pride and your support for the military. It's just fucking confusing, man, because it's like, well, what are we fighting for? Why are we sending our men, our women to a country whose issue does not impact our country in any way whatsoever?
Well, that we
And
know of
we're
because they're
giving
all the
them,
intelligence people, you know.
yeah, they're giving them all this fucking money, all this fucking money. Our people are dying over there to help them so those people don't suffer. But have you looked at our streets, at the people that are homeless on them, at the houses that our children in the foster care system are living in the dilapidated state that they're in, of the veterans that are fucking hungry, that gave their legs or their mind or their life, you know, for this country. Why is that money not going into their hands? Why are these things not being resolved? Why am I watching on the news other fucking countries get help that we're not? You know, why am I watching illegal immigrants be fed while I can't get food stamps to feed me and my son? And I was fucking born here. And I had to fight for it, but you're handing it out to other fucking people. So it's hard. It's conflicting to be a civilian right now. I will tell you, it's very conflicting. It's even more so to be a proud American. It's conflicting.
Well, here's the problem. The whole problem stems in, and this is just a general overall view from the old guy. It all stems from Washington, D.C. and our politicians and our lobbyists and the big corporations, the one percenters. They're there for their own reasons, under a fallacy that they're there for me. They were supposed to be for us. They're there for them and what they want. So we're always going to be somewhere changed in this country, and now we're just the nobodies. I feel like a number, a nobody anymore. Like if you're not helping me, we should go there and just throw those people out. Goodbye. You're not helping us. You're here for you. You're not here for us. When's the last time you fuckers ever did anything for us? I'm 60 years. I've been watching this. It ain't changed yet, you know. Anyway, what we can do though is we, as human beings, we can stop being inhuman.
Can I ask you something that you might have negative feelings about what's going to come out of your mouth?
Well,
when you look at the military today, not when you were enrolled, you know, I'm sure things like that probably took place too, but when you look at it today and you see your brothers and sisters being sent somewhere for a cause that you're very conflicted or not understanding entirely why are we risking our lives for that? Because there's higher up people that, you know, have their own agenda.
It's for duty. It's for country. It's for democracy.
But they're using our people to go there. At what point do you not sit back and look at this and say, we're enslaving our own people? Because they didn't have a choice if they liked that cause or not or whatever. They signed up, they committed, they gave their heart, they gave their lives. They're going to do what they know is their duty. But the
that's exactly why they did it.
Who are making those choices and sending them there, and they don't get an actual say if they think that that's the right cause or what. At what point is this not enslaving our own people? To, you know, that's
worse than that. It's worse than that. My brother, I didn't do combat, but my brothers and sisters from the beginning of our military, coming home, finding out it was all a bunch of lies and everything about why they were there and everything. And they lost fucking people they loved. All for bullshit? Imagine coming home and it was all for bullshit. It's like finding out your wife never loved you in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, you don't find out till the divorce.
You missed out on your child's entire childhood, or, you know, somebody that was very close to you died while you were away. You didn't get to say goodbye. You didn't get to be there to honor them when they were buried. So many things come into play when it comes to people that serve this country. It's not just the atrocities that they have to experience and go through while they're in service, but it's coming home and they deal with isolation, a loss of camaraderie, trying to reintegrate into back to society, and of civilians that don't understand and they're not helped. And then to top it off, there's emotional shit of oh my god, like I don't even know who these people are anymore. Everybody's changed, everybody's gone on with their lives are different now, and I'm stepping foot into something. There's so much complexity to it, man.
You're a great example. Though we decided what we wanted to get out to our brothers and sisters, and that was that there are civilians who really do give a fuck, even when they're suffering from their own shit. Right? That's badassery right there. That's goat stuff right there. I'm all fucked up, but I'm still gonna help my veteran, even though I didn't serve. That's amazing. That gives me hope. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's really not freaking easy at all.
No.
Because
whoever told you it was good. It's true.
I don't really know what truly I can do for anyone anymore.
Well, you need it. Well, here's the thing about caregiving. If you're not cared for and ready, what do you bring? How do you help?
I'm struggling with that too, because I deserve somebody like me. I paid into the program. I paid my fucking taxes, man. I paid my taxes. I never cheated about it. I never lied about it. I did it on time. I did it correctly. I'm eligible. I paid into it. I got enough credits. I'm allowed to use this program. And then you're not going to let me? Like, you're not going to let me? I can't get a caregiver to help me? My 16-year-old son, who would want nothing more than to go back to the ROTC program that he was in so he can reach his dream of being a Navy CB, because that's what he fucking wants. Instead, he's doing school virtually with no social connection or interaction with anybody or any progress to achieve his goals, so that he can be here in case I need someone to wipe my fucking ass. Are you serious? How is this okay? You know, as a country, like, how is this okay? You know, I would understand if maybe I didn't pay enough money into it. I would understand if maybe I was here illegally. I'm not understanding why I'm going through what I'm going through right now at all. But my passions are still there. You know, I'm very passionate about special needs advocacy. I'm very passionate about mental health and suicide awareness advocacy, and I'm very passionate about veteran support advocacy. So I might be stuck in this fucking bed, man, and I might not be able to help somebody else in the way that I want to, but I can hit the share button, which is funny because I've discovered in this journey that apparently tapping the share button on the screen is hard for motherfuckers. Like, apparently real hard for motherfuckers to hit share and get somebody else's story across.
I got family that see my show.
Oh yeah, same. Blood that's given donation to fucking churches, but won't donate $15 to me to pay for my fucking medicine. It's blows my mind. Like, blows my mind.
Well, I already made the decision. We're in the middle of taping for season 4. We've got a few on the books now done. And I think the best way to start season 4 is to do it as quickly as possible to this 9/11 day. So I think we might be able to do like the 15th, and that is a Monday. We do Mondays at 7 or something like that on Sick Hall with Doc, the page. I'll get with Brian. We'll figure it out. We promised we promised we were going to bring some extra stuff to Sick Hall with Doc this year, and working with the civilian community was part of that. Perfect way to start Sick Hall with Doc season 4.
Oh, I hope people are interested. I hope they want to listen. I hope I can help somebody in some way.
The reason I say that is I hope that this will, and after this show, you're friends with my daughter. You're my daughter now. So after the show, we're gonna find some answers. We gotta find some answers. All right. You keep getting no so you get the yes, right? You only have to go through so many no's before the yes comes. Consider it like sales.
I honestly, Rod, I'm at a point where never had this happen to me in my life before. Because I'll tell you, I'm someone that's don't got teeth here. Because if I get knocked out and I'm down, I still get back up. I still get back up. I don't think I got much fighting. I'm kind of at a point where
You don't think you
they
have
let
much?
the dominoes fall as they do. You know,
You said
I don't have the fight left. I have the fight in me. You know, I think that part is that flame is kind of, you know, people used to call me wildfire. You know, that flame is going out. I don't know if I got it in me. So.
that happens between battle buddies and battle sisters too. You know, one is in a bad spot, and the other one picks up the slack. So, I want to put you first on the list for this season, so that if those that are watching, if they have any suggestions, they can hit me up. I can get it to you to try to help you. And then whatever I can do, Brian, thank you. You know, people. Can't hear you, brother.
You're muted. I can't hear you. I see the
There we go.
slash.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah. So, okay. I want to say, yeah, first and foremost, yeah, we'll go ahead and knock this one out and we'll kick her off first. It's a good one. And I think you're right. Monday's probably a good kickoff. We got, some in the bank now, so we're good to go.
You need 3 descriptions now.
Well, Melynie, I wanted to say this to you, and not just to you, but other Americans that are literally in your same seat, right? I'm sorry that our country has failed you. I am sorry that our country is failing our fucking veterans too.
Yes.
We're sending billions of dollars of foreign aid to other countries, but yet we have high homeless rates, especially here in California. We have people starting to go more and more to the streets because the cost of living keeps fucking raising, but no one is getting compensated to live in that next fucking phase, right? So I'm sorry to the Americans out there that are suffering. But that just makes
we
it
understand.
more like we all got to fucking stop playing into the game of division, learn how to unite, and start fighting for the right things that for the right reasons. The founding fathers and everybody that fought really hard and died way before us to pave the pillars for humanity. We have a responsibility to the next generation below us. Every fucking person that when you're born, you have another responsibility to the next generation to hand them off something better. We're not doing that. We're not going to hand off a better future to our fucking kids. So we got to do better. And I wish there's more that we could do for you, Melynie. And, all we could do is get your word out there, get your voice out there, push it out to the masses. Someone out there is going to eventually got to hear this because you're not the only one struggling. You were out there helping others your whole fucking life. Now you need it. Now you need to help.
I hate to break your heart in this way, but it's just not going to happen. You think what's going on with me sounds bad. I really honestly haven't told you the worst of it, because I'm homeless too. This is not my house, this nice roof and stuff like that. This shit is not mine. I got nothing now, and I won't have anything going forward. Everything I worked for was for fucking nothing. And if you think you do good things for people and all the veterans' hands that I held, that karma's going to come back and help me, no, it doesn't. It doesn't, There's no guarantee, but I will say,
Melynie,
it's not your job to say sorry to me, Brian. It's not your job to say sorry to me.
I want you to hold up, though. Hold up, girl.
Hold up, Doug.
You are way too young to say your karma is not done yet. Steadfast. Don't you worry.
I'm not going to make it, Brian. If I miss this infusion that I can't pay for, this infusion that's $128,000 a year, that does not cost that much money in other countries at all. Just ours. Just fucking ours. Same company, same drug, just our fucking country charging that much. It is likely that I will enter another relapse. If I enter another relapse, my immediate risk is called catastrophic injury. That means I'm either going to be a quadriplegic on a ventilator, or I'm just going to be fucking dead at all. So I wish that there was more time for me to be shown that karma can come around, but honestly, I don't think there is. You know, I'm very scared that I'm going to live a shorter life than this disease was already going to give me, because my country does not give a fuck about me.
They fucking failed you. It doesn't sit well for me, especially knowing the sacrifices that a lot of people made for you not to fucking have this, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, unfortunately, it comes down to stupid politics, comes down to money, it comes down to greed. I mean, you kind of name the whole thing, and we're living in a failed system, and we're just sitting here just trying to make it work, right? And then they want to hide stuff. They don't want to be transparent. They don't want us to understand the truth. They want to keep hiding the truth from us all. You know, it is disheartening. It is hard to hear stories like yours, because gosh damn, I know for a fact you're not the only one. You know, and we've all been somewhere. Our family members, someone out there is impacted through the struggles of life, man. We're all. I've been homeless myself. I thought the world was caving in on me, and I literally thought that the world was going to be better off without me at one motherfucking point in time too. You know what I mean? So,
if you're not making a difference in the world, why be here?
Yeah,
you know,
it's hard because
what am I here for?
It is really hard, and like I said, the stories that I hear of struggles from our own Americans daily, and then when I go and I do the research and I start looking into how many funds is getting handed off to non-Americans, you know that we could fix a large portion of our problem with the amount of money that's spent that way.
Can I tell you something? This year, January 2025, they cut the program for funding for research for a cure for the disease I have. Now, I happen to be in connection with somebody that's a part of my disease's society. I don't want to say the exact name or get that person in trouble. They are higher up. They're part of their job. They have stuff that we don't have access to. The information, just seeing the progress that things have been done, it's blocked from Americans to see. We're not allowed to read about it. We're not allowed to access it. The person I'm speaking of works directly with the American ambassador, I guess is the correct title. The American ambassador that facilitates that information. They literally have told them, we're not showing them that. We're not doing like, and these people in the other country, a part of this society that has to do with my disease, they're over there going, what the fuck is wrong with Americans? Like, you're not going to let their people know that there's this test that's being done, or there's this drug that possibly might work better. We're looking into it. They don't want to share. Literally, our own country is not letting us be educated enough to make the choices we want to make. They care more about the monotonization. So as two men who are strongly proud of everything they've done, can you look at me and tell me that I should still be a proud American?
I can't even. Sometimes I can't even call myself a proud American. You know what I mean? I'm always proud for serving my country. I think that every single one of us, when we go and we decide that we want to serve our country, we're doing something for the greater cause of ourselves, and we think in our mind that we're going to do good for our brothers, our sisters, our you know, so they don't got to go do this, right? Someone, because of the way the world works, someone's got to go do it, right? and not everybody is willing to go put their hand up to go do it. But you know, at the end of the day, we go and we do it, and whether it's for the good or for the bad, I don't think that's why we're joining. We don't go in there with the thought of like, oh boy, we're up to no good. I didn't know a lot of stuff until I got out, and then I did my research, and then I started learning. Why? Because we're conditioned as in high school and school and all this stuff, and our mind won't let us think like about that kind of stuff, or otherwise, military might not be you know, a place for everybody. But we need people there because the way that the world is set up, this is the way the world is meant to play games. You either defend your country or it could be taken over.
Fly the flag.
You know, every piece of land is up for grab. I mean, you know, Russia's over there taking, you know, going in and pushing in Ukraine, and Ukraine's back pushing them, and all for some piece of land. I'm just, you know, it all becomes kind of for the wrong reasons, I think, at the end of the day. And to answer your question, no, I can't look you in the eyes and tell you that you should be a proud American and stuff. You are being failed by the system.
Can I ask a question about the American flag real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it's not related to veterans or anything. I just want your thoughts on it. I was raised that it's illegal. It's illegal to burn our flag. It is illegal to cut it up and make it into a t-shirt. You cannot alter the flag for your own purposes or anything of that nature. What happens? Because now people buy a flag, they do whatever the fuck they want with it. If they want to set it on fire, if they want to cut it up and glue it to their hat, because yeah, it might look cool, but technically, you should not be doing that. So did you guys notice a change over the years in the respect of the American flag?
Yeah, because it's, you know, it falls under that line of freedom of speech, right? And so people always find a way to do something, whether it's in freedom of speech kind of goes only so far, right? Because certain freedom of speech don't work. You can go to jail for using a slang or calling someone a slang word or something, or, you know, bias. You could literally go to jail or get in trouble for that kind of stuff. But to be honest with you, with the flag, it is against the law. It is against the law. It is literally in the law, but no one holds anybody accountable for that. Just like here in California, they allow minor crimes to take place. People go and fill up shopping carts full of freaking food and just jam on out. No one does nothing about it because, first off, no one wants to get hurt or whatever, and so no one stops them. But second off, the cops have so much going on, and they did this whole defunding the police deal where now minor crimes are like, oh, who cares? So like burning a flag to the cops or someone, if you called them and said, hey, there's someone burning a flag, okay.
They don't show me in the city when someone dies in the lawn.
Yeah, I live in a big city, and I'm not afraid. Like, if you don't want me to say like what city I live in, I won't. But I live in a massive city in the United States, and
same. I'm LA County. I mean LA County, and I'm Los Angeles. So
Philadelphia
it's like,
over here. Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
Call the cops if you want. Call the cops if you want. But if you don't say directly to them, somebody was shot and is bleeding out, and they still have a weapon, they ain't fucking coming. They don't care if somebody broke into your house. They don't care if somebody crashed their car into you. They don't care if somebody flipped their car, because I was behind another vehicle that was hit. The car flipped. It was sideways. There's gas leaking in front of you know who came? The fire department. Fire department came. They didn't address any of the people or anything. They swept up the glass. They made sure that the fluids were no longer flammable, and they rolled out. And I stood there for 2 hours trying to wait as a witness until like I physically couldn't anymore. And that's just the reality of being understaffed, not having the And it's healthcare too, understaffed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Everything's a mess. We could go on for
Especially
6
after
hours
2020.
about everything that's a mess.
Especially after 2020, it really a lot of healthcare workers, they maxed them out to the point that a lot of them just said, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. And watching people die and being exposed to everything and working days on days without time off and things like that. I mean, 2020 changed our world, and I think that we're hitting the 5-year mark of that change.
But people are already forgetting how that's impacted like us as a country.
Oh, we are very quick forgetters.
Quick to forget because it's not right in front of you. It's like the attention span of a species right now is so limited.
Same thing with 9/11. People forgot really quick about that after a while. Like I said, they're conditioning us to move on to the next thing really fast. So you don't got time to think about it or even, expose, because then the next story is going to come out. And then after that will be the next story after that. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be something that's going to trump what's going on. I'm just waiting for the next fucking big thing. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. And I'm not even wishing that upon anything. It's just chances are the way we're going, there's going to be more tragedy. There's going to be more blood and loss. I mean, this all started. Think about it. This has been a little bit of, we're starting to get that, we're like in a volcano and we're starting to push it up to where it's getting to erupt. We started a lot of this with immigration and making ice and all this stuff and whatever, we've made that and polarized that into such a thing. Right. And then they're like, let's open it up. Right. And then they just started introducing us to more and more chaos to where we can't even get adjusted to the last chaos. You know what I mean? And it's getting to the point, it's getting a little bit scary, man, because
I would be lying. I would be lying if I said I wasn't terrified right now because, people I live with, they're very proud to be an American. Regardless of what's going on, they're very proud to be an American. And they're also very proud of who they voted for as president. So if you think you can't walk down the street and know exactly what fucking house is me and who we voted for, you absolutely can. But there's a fear that comes with that now. There's a fear because guess what? I can't get out of bed to check my mail. I can't. But my 16-year-old, who is a child but looks like a grown man, does go and get the mail. Is he going to get shot because of the sign that's hanging out front? Because of what our choices were for who we put into presidency? Is he going to get shot or hurt by somebody? Because that's exactly what happened to Charlie Kirk. That's exactly what has happened to a lot of other people who have had acts of violence against them by people that are parties that they swear they're all about kindness and we got to fix this, but violence is their option, their choice. Yeah. So it's terrifying. It's terrifying.
People don't like when you're proud of something. People do not like you to be proud of who you are, who you voted for, who who you represent, what you've done. There's a lot of things that are the human race is literally trying to suppress. And what a lot of that is just to be proud of who you are or what you are. And now people are scared, right? Like there's people that won't even have conversations with others because they're afraid of, oh gosh, can I have the right conversation? I'll give you a quick little story. When the wife and I went on our 10-year anniversary to San Diego, we were chilling like in the jacuzzi. There was another older couple in there. And the guy started, chatting up with me and he's like, I knew by your tattoos that I could talk to you, because I got, I got Marine and, I got like patriotic stuff all over me. So he just knew, he felt comfortable. But then I was like, isn't that wild, dude? That you got to think about who you're talking to, right? Then you might have to you can't even be yourself maybe, because I know for me, I am pretty much probably I can offend anybody and not even, that's not my goal or intention to do that. But I can really go in there and say things just because I lack the gray area. I don't have that response of trying to be like my wife. She, like sometimes when I tell her something, she's just like, and I'm like, I didn't know how to say that being kind. I mean, I'm not even trying to say it meanly. I'm just saying it directly, and people have a hard time taking direct stuff. You can't even be honest anymore with your friends, right? Without hurting their feelings, and they don't want to be your friends with them more. Like, how do I look in this? Great. You look fucking great. Because if you tell them the truth, no, that shit looks shitty.
I don't speak
You know what I
politics.
mean?
I don't speak politics at all with
Yes,
other
no.
people. So
Right.
I'll lose friends just from putting this podcast out because they'll get a glimpse of where my political views truly lie. And I'm sure I will lose people in my life because of that. And you know what? I'm okay. Let the trash take themselves out. Let the trash take its fucking self out. I'm fine with it.
I think at the end of the day, that's just where you need to get with it, right? Is I think for too long, we've all just really cared about, like, you shouldn't be afraid to be who you are. And if the people around you don't care about who you are, then you probably don't need them in your life. At the end of the day, take out the trash, like you said, and start emptying these
actually, it's not
motherfuckers
like
out.
I
And
said.
then, you know what?
It's like
Maybe that
Rod's
friend list,
daughter said.
maybe that
Rod's
friend list
daughter
gets a
said
little
that
bit
to
more
me.
manageable, right? You know what I mean?
What'd you say,
You
Melanie?
know that, Rod? I said,
What?
your daughter said that to me when I was talking to her last night. I was talking to Ash about, I'm going to lose followers. I said, because I don't give a shit. I'm going to post my post about Charlie Kirk. Like, I know I don't do political, and it's not political what I'm posting. I'm posting out of kindness and compassion and empathy for his family, his loved ones, us as a nation, and all the people that will forever have PTSD that were at that school that day. I said, I'm probably going to lose followers. And Ash said back to me, she said, let the fucking trash take itself out. And, he stuck with me. And I was like, damn, girl, you're right.
I don't know where she got that from.
I've got to the level now, right, that I want to remove the labels, right? And I don't want to call it left, right, this, no more. I want to start talking about it as humans. And I want to take away the freaking label. Because if we keep labeling everything, we give everybody a reason to fight over it. But if you just, hey, human one got in argument with human two, you know what I mean? Or whatever. We need to get to a level of, if you look at the headlines for anything, they want to make sure that they have the color in there, your belief system or whatever. So-and-so did this to such and such person. Because that's going to make everybody like, oh my gosh. Just like the stabbing, right? They made sure that it's a black man that stabbed a white woman, and they made sure that they are very clear on all that. And that's one of the things, is that we've gotten to a level, we've put labels on everything so that we can fight for the labels.
Guys,
anything in America that ever comes out, boy, we better fucking slap a label on it real fast and call it something, so we can market it, so we can talk about it, just like the 22 a day. That is a freaking market number someone came up with, and now there's all these 22 a day type of slogans, shirts made. You know what I mean? We labeled something, and now we go and make money out of it. We have something to talk about. I'm trying to remove the labels when I talk. So if you don't if the shoe fits when I'm talking about a human, then the shoe fits you. But I'm no longer going to call it left, right, conservative, non-conservative, all that stuff. It is I'm going to remove the labels and call it what it is. And if the shoe fits, the shoe fits.
All right. I wasn't trying to interrupt you, but
you're good.
As we're speaking, I'm having chest pain.
Oh. Okay.
I'm literally having right in the center of my chest. I'm a corpsman. I'm having chest pain right now. So I need to chill out. I don't want to leave yet. I'll go get some aspirin in a minute. A nitroglycerin tab from my wife or something. I've never had this happen before in my life.
Why don't you do that right now? Why don't you do that right
now?
now?
Let me come back. I haven't finished thoughts yet. Hang on.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm going to remove you off the screen for just a second, and then, you take care of yourself.
Brian, I'm not gonna be able to stay on much longer either. I have some health stuff that I gotta take care of. But I did write.
Go ahead and call it.
I did write a letter that I would like to read, like a
Absolutely.
one message, if I could, to veterans. I'm not sure when's an appropriate time to do that. I just don't
Go
want
ahead
to
and
miss
do it right
out.
now, actually, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to just put you solo so you have the screen to yourself, and the floor is going to be completely yours.
Okay. Oh, it's kind of weird, but hi. So if you were listening, you know I'm Melynie. I wanted to share, you know, if there was one message I could say to veterans, this would be it. Um, I see you. I hear you. I feel you. I feel your pain, not because I've walked the same path or can pretend to understand a slither of what it means to be in your shoes, because I don't, but I am empathetic to a fault. I have a bleeding heart, and I truly feel other people's pain and suffering. I can't fight the fight for you, but I can support you. I can stand by your side in the best way I'm capable of. I might not understand the roots of your PTSD, but I do understand PTSD as a whole, as I have it. There are other civilians like me who appreciate respect and try to honor the sacrifices you've made. I might not be able to provide the camaraderie that you need or may have lost. I'm not one of your own. I wanted to be, I tried to be, I could not be. However, I found purpose in caring for and loving the other veterans and who needed someone to pick them up after they've fallen um, outside of belonging in the military, and whether that's through the cracks of a broken system or maybe because all their brothers and sisters have long passed, I've picked them back up physically. I've cleaned, I've bandaged, and I've helped to heal their wounds when there wasn't a professional that they could pay to do so. Even though it was beyond the scope of care I was legally allowed to provide, I held them as they suffered so they were not alone. I talked to them in the middle of the night when there was no one else and they were scared, and I helped ease their passing when that time came. I'm not a part of your special community in the way that I once hoped that I would be. But I like to think that, you know, wherever you go after, you know, you pass, so if you go anywhere at all, there are hundreds of veterans, you know, that I've helped up there somewhere. They're my own division, you know. It's a division of Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine. Um, Sometimes they call me their angel, sometimes they call me their daughter, and sometimes they call me their best friend. I belong to that division, and every single one of them, they love me. They do. So while I have my own mission, my own journey, and my own urgent needs to address, I will forever fight in a way, any way I can to continue helping people like my friends. Um, the friends that I've lost, and the few friends that I still have now. You are not alone, and you are deeply loved. And I just want to reiterate, you know, the immense love and respect I have for the veteran community. Though through my own experiences with MS and mental health challenges, they've been difficult. They pale in comparison to the sacrifices our veterans have made, and it's through my work as a caregiver and a companion that I've seen firsthand the devastating impact of insufficient support for our veterans. We as a society must do better. We must fight to increase access to quality mental health care, to create solutions for the isolation and the loss of purpose that so many veterans face, and to provide unwavering support through the challenges of transitioning back into civilian life. So to every veteran listening, I see you, I hear you, and I will continue to stand by you in whatever way I can. You're not alone in this fight. And I also, in case I had to hop off before you guys are done with your video, I just thank you so much for the opportunity to share my story and my heart with you today.
Thanks, Brian. I'm like, come on, let me in, bro.
Thank you so much, Melynie. And I would like to, on behalf of the veteran community, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being someone that cares, right? Because
Can I
I
just
feel like
ask
our
one
community
more?
is sometimes very misunderstood.
Yes. Can I ask one more thing though? Because I'd like to ask some veterans specifically for a little help. You know, all my buddies they're dead now, but I got one left. I got one guy, and he's really hurting, and he's in his 80s. I don't want to say the exact number because God forbid he watches this and I get it wrong. He's gonna tear my ass out for aging him.
Somewhere in the 80s, somewhere in the 80s, and a Korean War veteran.
Yes, Korean War vet.
Wow.
All his friends are dead, and he's really hurting right now. Something happened, and I was just wondering, any veteran that's listening, that could pass along a message to any other veteran. I'm giving Rod here my email. If you could write a get well letter, or even just a, hey buddy, I'm still around. We're not the same generation, but I'm here. I will print those letters and I will deliver them to him. I would in my mind, I would love to believe that I could collect hundreds. I understand that's probably not possible, but I really would like to show him that, he's not alone. So
Doc, maybe we can get a post. Maybe we can maybe you can get in touch with Lori and Joe and have them blast that in the group.
Yes.
Her email and stuff, and just a call to arms.
Yep. And I'll give them the email to do it too. I'm not gonna do it through the Sick Call Doc. I'm gonna do it to
I'll share on my pages and stuff too. So.
All right. Well, a few closing.
We'll try to get you what we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'll let you guys finish this off. Melynie, thank you once again so much for having the courage to come on, tell your story, and I hope this country could do better for you. And thank you once again for your sacrifices for us and your support.
Thank you for your kind words. And I know you just disappeared from the box, but don't disappear out of my life, because we got that important AI conversation.
He can hear you.
I know.
Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry. We are friends now.
Oh yeah.
He's the executive producer. He hears everything. A few closing thoughts. First and foremost, talking about making paper plates out of the American flag and desecrating that flag and burning the flag and stuff like that, and people wearing things like this and disrespecting our flag. All right. First and foremost, the Supreme Court says it's burning a flag is First Amendment right. I don't agree, but that's what they say. And it was created by the founding fathers, unless I'm an idiot or I'm wrong. But the Supreme Court was founded for a purpose, and that was to make the final decisions of the land. And that's what they say. So whether I like it or not, today it's protected. As far as wearing them, the reason I wore this shirt today and draped my flag over my body was in remembrance of the almost 3,000 people who died on 9/11. I'm wearing this for them today, not disrespecting my flag.
Too. I wear flags.
I'm not saying you, sweetie. I'm not saying you.
Yeah, I want to ask you, did you personally cut up a flag and stitch that together?
No, I bought it from Target, man.
See, I think there's a difference here.
She's talking about the flag, like behind you, and someone making garments out of the real flag.
Oh,
yeah.
When it's there's printed, a proper way of disposing of flag, and that's not one. Burning it,
you're doing it right.
Yeah,
you're doing it right. I'm talking about the people that think it's okay to buy a flag, cut it up, and stitch it into what they want, and that's where I have a problem with it, because I was raised. You don't do that. I won't bring up
the China tag. It's probably in it. But it's coming from regardless, it's coming from my heart for a reason. Okay. If it's good enough to lay over a casket of one of my brothers and sisters, I can lay over my carcass. Okay,
Absolutely.
That's one. Number two, I've been, this is personal for all my brothers and sisters, so everybody knows where Doc stands here, okay? And you guys, people can make choices if they want to listen to me anymore or not. That's fine with me. Had comments made to me by family, friends, other brothers, sisters, whatever, about I should never be a part of politics with this or state my opinion, because our mission is to help keep our veterans here and not allow them to kill themselves or get to a point where they feel so helpless they kill themselves. I'm still an American patriot. I am a citizen of this country. I served my country. I did what they asked me to do. I am not going to give away my First Amendment right. My First Amendment rights don't stop at the door of sick call with Doc, and my First Amendment rights don't stop because your feelings are hurt or where your feelings begin. All right? You're allowed to say what you want. I'll listen. You listen to me, and you listen to me when I say something. I will not suppress my First Amendment rights. And if anybody doesn't like that, I will show you the front door of sick call with Doc myself personally. I won't invade on your right. I should be able to have this podcast and suffer the consequences of my thoughts. Just like Charlie Kirk did. He went out speaking what he believed in, whether you like it or fucking not. And it's what every tombstone in Arlington was there for, to fight for. That third, last thing. You need to promise me eye to eye, face to face, that you will not give up. I've seen too many of my own brothers and sisters at the end, man. They were fucking at the end. They're done. Sitting on their porch with a gun right there. And lo and behold, out of nowhere, a stray cat from way across the road from the farmer's field come running towards him. Comes all the way to his porch, a stray cat, feral cat, and puts her paw on his knee. He's still alive today. He still has the cat, and he's doing great because he found some other things, psilocybin and cannabis and all that good stuff. But he's found a method and a way to stay. That's a sign. I'm telling you, he was at the end. I've heard story after story after story of things just like that. Now, I know you're probably not going to get a cat run up on your porch and save your life. But what they didn't do was give up. Hang on long enough. Don't give up. Keep a little bit of that pilot light on, please. And between our veterans and you and your work, and see what we can do to help you. Okay? Promise me you won't. I don't want that call.
Yeah, Melynie.
I get that call. I'm going to beat you. Here, if I get that call, I'm going to find you, resuscitate you, and then kill you.
Yeah. It's not about, listen, I will not be the one to hit the game over button on my life. I've done too much work. I put in too much work. However, honestly, it might just be my country that is going to hit that switch for me by not allowing me to have the resources that I should have, the basic human rights that I don't have for many things. I'm at a point where I'm questioning if I should hop the border and claim refugee, because I got people with the same disease as me that it's handled in a more appropriate way. Now, their system is just as fucked up as ours, but I would have access to the medicine that would help me live a little bit longer that my country doesn't want to give me.
I actually know, because I live right on the border of Mexico. A lot of people go to Mexico because they have healthcare there that America won't offer. It's just wild to me.
And the stuff that we do offer, you can get it there cheaper.
That's the other thing. Or you you're stuck in some insurance fraud shit, where they can't pay for it, or well, that's one of the ones we don't cover. Like, it's always the thing you need, right? Wild.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It truly is, because even just having those thoughts alone makes me feel like a shitty American. Why would I ever choose to go somewhere else? Like, I'm a fucking American. Like, why would I choose
Why
that?
would you give a fuck when you know they don't give a fuck about you?
That's kind of where I'm at right now, where it's like,
That's what you've told me this whole
why am
time.
I caring? Because they don't care about me. But what about you guys? What about all the veterans that I know that personally love and respect me? How are they going to look at me when I walk away from something, that they feel so strongly about? I mean, I
You
don't
have to
know.
preserve your life.
I know, but I'm
You have to
mad. I'm
preserve your
mad. I'm
life.
mad, Ronnie. I'm fucking mad. Like, why do I have to go to a different country to get the medicine that I need? It's not fair. I did everything right, Ron. I did everything right. I paid my taxes. I paid my dues. I put good karma out there in the world. Why do I have to go to a different fucking country just so I could live a little bit longer, so that I could see my kid graduate? Maybe even get to walk the path that I didn't get to. Why do I have to even think about leaving my fucking country to do that? I'm mad. I'm real mad, to tell you. I'm very mad. I'm very upset. And I don't want to take over your whole thing, because I want this
No,
to
it's okay.
primarily focus on veterans. But I'm mad. I'm heartbroken.
I am too, and that's why I started Sick Call with Doc. When I realized the numbers, I was heartbroken. I was mad at my country, but guess what? I don't have the privilege to be mad. I only have time to do. And you need to take on that same thing. You need to do you and take care of you so you can stay, and then go back and work with veterans and do your thing. You're so young. And guess what? I know the MS is a deteriorating thing. I know there's 5 types of remitting, recurring, and it's eating away at your nerve sheath. And so now your nerves are exposed to and it's a fucked up thing. But you're the one that made the egg when you were born. You're the one that got in there. You're the one that came out. That is a miracle. It's you. You against 1,000,000, and you're the one here.
Yeah.
Keep the pilot light on, and we're gonna help find a way. We'll help find a way.
I'm trying. What was number 2 that you talked about? Because I wanted to say something about that. And what you said, 1, 2, 3. What was number 2?
The first one was about my shirt. That was 2.
Yeah, first one was about your shirt. Third one
It-
was about my flame. What was the second? Brian, help us out here.
me saying that I should be allowed to continue to have my First Amendment rights instead of being like
Oh,
Norway, a neutral
okay.
party.
This is what I want to say, and I want to say this to the whole fucking world. The whole fucking world. I am an American, so I have the right to vote for whoever the fuck I want. Whoever the fuck I want. For my own reasons. If it's a mistake, if it's not, whatever, that's my choice. So people need to stop telling people that they have to vote for somebody, or they can't have them in their lives, or they're a piece of shit, or they go and tell them horrible things like go kill yourself. The people that live their life like that, you're all a bunch of fucking scumbags, in my opinion. You don't hurt others to get what you want, and it is okay to be different than somebody else and to align with different views than are yours. That does not mean you have to be nasty, controlling, or abusive towards somebody else, and specifically to the women out there, because we had to fight harder just to get the fucking right to vote ourselves. For the women that are going around telling people, you better fucking vote for this, you better. I'm here to tell you, as a female with a vagina and titties that I was born with, like my DNA can prove it, I am here to tell you that I fought for the right to vote, so I could choose. I could choose to vote if I wanted to or if I didn't want to, and who and what and why I wanted to. So as a female, you are the biggest fucking hypocrite in my eyes if you ever tell anybody that they have to vote a certain way or they have to do this. We fought for the right to do it. We didn't fight to be controlled in what our choices were. Just wanted to say that to the universe, Rod.
Boom. I dropped Mike.
Drop the mic.
All right. I'm so happy you came on today. I want my brothers and sisters to meet you and to see that they're still good.
Oh, where'd it go, Rob? Where'd it go?
That there are people out there that really, really appreciate them. And maybe that helps keep one more veteran here.
I hope so. I
really
do. And share my email. They can hit me up. I might be slow to respond, but I won't skim through it. I'll read every word. And if an illness took your voice, or something like that, and you need a caregiver to write it, or you got your hands don't work and you got to use voice message, I hear you. I will listen. You can dump it in my email like it's a diary, and I promise I will read them. It might take me a bit to respond, but I will read them. But I do have to hop off here, and I want to say real quick, this right here, this is called Combat Gel. This is the best fucking hair gel I've ever owned in my entire life. And the reason that I started buying it is because I was following a woman that was in the Army, and she created this gel and this product for herself and for other female or male in the military. I believe she is retired now. I think she's retired now from the military. But that's her line. It's called Combat Gel, and I'm just all about supporting veterans that are trying to make their way post-military in any way that they can. And that's a part of her endeavor. She has her own line of gel. I think there might even be a discount possibly if you're currently serving or have served in the past on that product. I can't remember her exact name because my brain doesn't work right, but if you Google Combat Gel, she'll come right up. Actually, her name is Ashley. I just can't remember the rest of it. Her name is Ashley. Google Ashley Combat Gel, and it will pop right up.
If I'm gonna crack a joke here, if I use it on my head, will I want to play in women's sports?
Oh, you cracked me to fuck up. I will say it's it's almost like versatile, because I don't have it in my hair right now, but I absolutely have it on my forehead because it's holding my headband in place so it doesn't slide back as I talk. So, I mean, you got a bumper sticker you want to slap on there? You could probably use the Combat Gel to make a stick.
Very last thing, guys. Thanks for all our listeners for holding on this long. We appreciate it. Last thing, Doc's Dogs Challenge starts today, September 11th. Got a couple people that are really after it. I've been trying to be the example. I want to show you guys. I walk out the road with these. Look at this one. 140,436 as of like the end of last year. Veteran suicide. That many suicides since 9/11. Every hour of every day, a veteran commits suicide. Every hour of every day, we lose one, damn near. Established 2001. It's been that way since the beginning. How is that possible? We lose 6,000 in 3 months in 2001. Stop veteran suicide. The VA isn't helping. 6,500 plus vets commit suicide per year for 24 years. I'm in the bottom. I'm in the seventh inning stretch of my life. My kids are grown, and I'm back to being Doc again. I'm going to do this till the day I die. I'm going to try to stop this veteran suicide till the day I die. It's something I'll be proud of. Something my family's proud of me for. Just when I signed the Navy, they were so proud of me. And I'm going to continue to do this until I drop. I thought I was going to earlier, guys. I had fucking first time in my life I had really I know what it's supposed to feel like, or at least the description. I felt like
it's honestly was probably a little bit of anxiety too. Anxiety can cause chest pains if it starts to get high. If you're getting worked up and passionate about something, it's not uncommon to experience chest pains too. The
bottom line is I love. I used to, and I still want to love my fellow countrymen, my fellow man around the globe. I want the best for our country. I don't want us to be suffering like you do. So I got to do something. Right? We all can take a little bit of responsibility and do something. And so that's where I'm at. And I love everybody for being here, sharing our work. It's a worthy cause. I wouldn't be doing it. Joe wouldn't have been doing it. Brian wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't a worthy cause. And if veterans weren't a worthy cause, you wouldn't be helping them either. So thank you for helping my brothers and sisters. And thank you for having the courage to be vulnerable. The courage to be vulnerable and come on this show.
Thank you for having
And
me.
I'm sure we'll be
appreciate
talking
it.
15 more times before the day is out.
Oh, hell yeah. We're friends for life now. We're friends for life.
Much love. And to all of our listeners, to all of our brothers and sisters, thanks for spending some time with us. And have a great rest of your week.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.